Metal cracked behind him like bone under ice. He pulled himself free, coat torn, red tie streaked with ash. The trees stood silent. The sky was gray. He looked around. No security. No signal. No noise. "Where the hell is everybody?" he muttered. Only the wreckage replied, with smoke and stillness. The cockpit stank of metal and something older. He found the panel where the black box should have been, opened it slowly. Empty. He stared for a long time. Not shocked, suspicious. "They got here first," he said quietly, and he shut the panel like sealing a secret. He sat with his hands steepled, boots in ash. The wind carried voices, but only his own thoughts answered. This wasn't a crash, this was a message. But no one was listening, or everyone was. He squinted into the woods as if expecting a sniper's glint. Nothing, but his instincts twitched. The numbers were wrong. Too clean, too deliberate. He ran a fingertip over the scraped panel. No soot there. No story. "Era said," he muttered. "Like they were never here." He didn't ask who they were. He never needed to. He just kept looking over his shoulder. Night dropped fast, like a blackout on purpose. The emergency beacon pulsed red, but didn't transmit. He circled the wreck like a tiger in a ruined cage. Why no noise? No helicopters? No media circus? Too quiet is louder than anything else. And somewhere in the dark, something cracked underfoot. He found it buried beneath wires, a comms earpiece. He pressed it to his ear. Static. Then, something else. A clipped voice. Half a word. Then, silence again. "It was still live," he said, eyes narrowing. He didn't smile. He didn't panic. He just turned toward the woods. The cargo hold was shredded, except one thing. A black suitcase, sealed, marked confidential, Echo 9. He brushed off soot with his sleeve. It pulsed slightly, like it was warm. "You weren't supposed to come with me," he muttered. But he opened it anyway. A small device. Cleaned. No dust. No soot. The screen read 00. Frozen. Waiting for permission. "What were you meant to hear? And when?" he said aloud. He pressed play. It didn't play, but it recorded him. His own shadow stretched beside the wreck, warped in burn scars. He ran his hand over the hull. It felt warm. Breathing. "They said I was a mirror," he whispered. "What if I was just the decoy?" And the wreck, somehow, agreed. The moon blinked through cloud breaks, watching. From the tail, a red pulse, steady, unnatural. He didn't approach. "Not yet. Whatever's still active isn't supposed to be," he said. He stood perfectly still, letting the light flash against his face. He was the only one left, but maybe not the only one aware. He lifted the headset, half melted, one ear still whole. From it came a sound, not words, a hum, a pulse. "They looped the signal inward," he said, "so no one outside could hear." But he could. It wasn't malfunction. It was redirection. He lay among seats scorched to skeletons. Eyes opened. Still. Listening. The wreck creaked. The wind hissed. But underneath, a new rhythm. "Something's talking back," he whispered. He wasn't alone. Not in mind. Not anymore. He pulled it from beneath jagged metal. A photo. Him, in the center, smiling. Two others, blurred. Faces burned off. The paper smelled of fuel and dust. "This wasn't on the manifest," he muttered. "So who planted it? And why now?" The edges curled tighter as he watched. His boots struck something, metal under soft dirt. He dug with his hands, uncovering a half-buried plate. Markings etched in Cyrillic, dates scratched out. This wasn't part of his plane. They crashed me on top of something else, he said. And whatever it was, someone buried it first. The case had no lock, only dust and weight. Inside, handwritten pages, initials not his. Diagrams, meeting dates, flight logs that never existed. His hands trembled, but not from cold. This wasn't my crash, he said. I just arrived on time. No, baby. Wow. And the pages curled in the flames. It moved slowly. No sound, no engine. A black line against the pale morning. He raised a hand. It didn't change course. Didn't react. They're watching, but not rescuing. And then it blinked out of sight, like a switch flipped off. He worked in silence, dragging scorched metal across the field, piece by piece, over hours. From above, it would mean something. Maybe a signal, maybe a warning. They erased my name from the sky, he muttered. So I'll write it into the ground. Liuanni? He looked into nothing, eyes heavy, face unreadable. The recorder clicked. A red light blinked. If you're hearing this, they didn't get to everything. What happened wasn't random. It was scheduled. He stopped, listened, then kept recording. The signal returned in pulses, like a dying heartbeat. A voice, glitching, looping. Clearance denied. Repeat. Override. He leaned close, eyes wide. It wasn't coming from above. It was coming from beneath the wreck. He stepped into the thickest smoke, toward the ruined core. No suitcase, no comms, just one man and metal. You wanted me out of the way, he whispered, but you left me in the middle. You, Kineoffs. The wreck shifted as he disappeared inside, and the fire dimmed to embers, without a single sound left.